Aries, and welcome back to Divinity Genes. This is your weekly reading for July 23rd through the 29th of astrology, planetary stuff going on up there. Got Mars spinning backwards, got Mercury about to go backwards, retrograde in a couple days on the 26th, and then we have a full moon lunar eclipse going on this month as well. So big endings this week, big endings to certain things in our lives. Just be prepared for that type of energy. So let us get your 9-card spread out. I am using a new deck today. It is the Crystal Visions Tarot deck, Jennifer Galisso. Very pretty enchanted feel to it. So I'm liking the way these readings are going. And then I also have a Black Moon astrology deck that pulls out an astrology card for us at the end. Just trying to learn more how these all go together and correlate. It's all the same energy, just how it plays out differently is helping me learn. And so it's giving us an astrology card to go along with the reading and the energy that you will be embodying this week. All right, let's do it for you, Aries. One more shuffle, and then we'll pull your 9-card spread, and we'll see what's going on in your world. Okay. This deck also has reversals, so I do reversals in this deck. But what is coming out now is upright as the 3 of Wands. That card is about energy, where you sit down and you kind of just, she's using the crystal ball to catch the light of the sun. So she's just trying to see clearly which direction she wants to go into next. She's looking for that vision and that insight by sitting there trying to catch it. She's got a little power behind her with that lion back there, so she's prepared. But she is looking to see what the best way to go is. We got some reversals in here, so let's see how this plays out. I'm going to leave them as is and see how this one play out. Knight of Pentacles is out. So this to me is a guy who is leaving a situation. He is on his way towards an endeavor. Usually it's love related, but doesn't always have to be as the Knight of Pentacles. He is trying to move forward towards the next positive thing. Similar to the, whose reading came out with this? I've had these cards in another reading today. This is the charging energy. This is charging and taking off action-wise in another direction with the 8 of Wands. You are seeing clearly what direction you want to go in. It is clear direction that you are taking towards something. So he knows exactly where he's going on his horse. He knows where he's riding. And he's got insight on which direction everybody's in harmony and which direction the power is going towards. So this is you taking your power and moving towards something, I feel like, Aries. King of Swords is in reverse, though. So the King of Swords upright, he's got clear mental logic. He knows exactly how to proceed as a king because he has investigated the situation mentally and logically. He has came up with the best conclusion and way to proceed. So this is in reverse. To me, it means you have not done it this way. You have not just thought it out well and thoroughly. The mental of it right now is not there for you. You're not understanding or wrapping your head around what to do, but you're just ready to take action on it. You're focused on what you want to do, but with this in reverse, it's not well thought out to me. It's not mentally logical at this point, at this time right now. You haven't had the mental logic. You're leading with just your actions right now, which as an Aries, as a fire sign, would fall true to just the traits of how you operate. You run off the action. You don't like to have to think about it as much. But in this particular case, it's saying this is in reverse because you're not thinking about it clearly, logically. Right now, you're just running off this and ready to go somewhere towards whatever it is, but you aren't even sure yet what it is because it's feeling like, Aries, somebody stabbed you in the back. The 10 of Swords, somebody has stabbed you in the back and left you for dead, basically. They have just done you so wrong, so wrong. And look how that bird's sitting there like, This is a shame. This is a shame how dirty somebody did you, Aries. Either you did this to somebody or they did this to you, and that's quite possibly why you just, the hell with this, you ready to go. You ready to go. Because somebody clearly stabbed you in the back, and maybe you haven't wrapped your head around that. Why they would do this? Like, what are you doing wrong that somebody had to do you this dirty? I mean, they have left this girl for dead. She got a rose in her hand, so they romanced you, made you feel like you were, friend, family, and they did you like this. They did you like this. A lover, quite possibly. Somebody stabbed you all up in the back, Aries, and did you wrong. did you completely wrong. So you are not making mental logic of this right now. You just know it's time to get on your horse and go someplace, because this situation right here hurt. It hurt. It left you feeling, if you did this to somebody else, that's why you haven't had the mental logic. But I'm feeling like, Aries, this is done to you. I'm feeling like somebody stabbed you in the back is the reason that you want to run away right now in a new direction. But the logic is not there quite yet because you haven't made logic of this whole situation. The Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. So to me, in the upright, something that you planted, this is something, your star, your dream, your goal, your wish, or whatever, it had crystal energy up under it at the bottom. It had power up under it that you weren't seeing, but it's in reverse. So now that goal, that wish, that power is on the top. The power is on the top and your dream is on the bottom. So the energy of that's working against your dream, which is somebody stabbing you in the back, it's working against what you were overall trying to accomplish. Obviously, if you were there for this person or being there for this person, either in a romantic situation or just a friend or family member who you were being there for, and they stabbed you all in the back, then yeah, you feeling like, come on, what I was trying to do, which was be a good person and be there for you, is now reversed. It's now gone. You know, this is what I was trying to help you with, and you just killed it. You just reversed it. So that's why I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is in reverse. Queen of Cups is in reverse as well. Queen of Cups on the upright. She is emotionally stable. She knows exactly what she wants when it comes to love. She knows exactly that she's waiting for that right person. She knows who she's waiting to reserve that cup for. That's why that cup is right here. She's looking in the water. Who is worthy of my love? Who deserves to fill my cup? And with it in the reverse, it's like you just, maybe because somebody stabbed you in the back, you just ran to this other person. You just took off and went to another person because you felt stabbed in the back. You felt hurt. But that wasn't the right situation and the right way to handle it emotionally. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, you're not being choosy on who you want to fill that cup. You just needed somebody to put some water in that cup. And so it quite possibly is why the situation played out like it is. All you were desiring was love, but you weren't being decisive and picky about who fills your cup, which is why this whole situation took place. There's no mental logic here because you didn't decipher who should fill your cup. So quite possibly who was filling your cup is the person that stabbed you in the back. This person that stabbed you in the back, and just right now you are ready and over it. Yeah, because right behind is the Page of Cups and she is in the upright. So your new feelings after this feeling of being decisive is, now I just want this cup. I'm going to put all my energy into the love of my life. I wish they would come in. I wish they would come in. This is what you want. This is what you desire. So she's sitting there with this golden light around this one particular lotus flower is where her heart truly is. It's about what's best for her. And there are dragonflies in that picture. So the change is coming. You're making that change based off of what happened in this situation. After being left for dead, you have to feel like there's a change necessary. And this didn't go right. This didn't go right. This endeavor here did not go right, which is why the Queen of Cups is in reverse at this time. She was not being picky. Now, you are seeing clearly, okay, right here is where it's at. This is what I want. But the Strength card is out next in reverse, which lets to me you have to have willpower on this. You have to have the strength to go after this. You're putting it out there and you want the change, but it doesn't happen magically unless you take actions on it. You have to use the strength inside of yourself. In the upright, she is strong. She's cupping that lion's head like, look, we got places to go, things to do. The eagle is up there representing the wisdom. She knows what actions to take clearly. She's not just running, a bunch of wild horses running. It's very strong and directed. And the decision is mentally logical because up here, the king is in reverse. There's no mental logic there. And the Queen of Cups is in reverse. There's no deciphering between what's best for you or what's not at this time. You're just trying to do something. But we want to be logical and clear on what we're doing and that we're not just running in a direction that's going to lead to more unhappiness. We want to run towards what's going to bring us happiness. And that's how you do it. You think it out and you plan it. So she's thinking out what it is she really truly desires and wants to bring into her life emotionally as the Page of Cups. She's trying to figure it out. Page of Cups and upright. And she kind of has. She's closed her eyes. She's praying over it. And she's praying for that change to come to her in that emotional state, which is who she wants to fill her cup in this regards to me. The Ace of Swords is out. So you're going to know who this person is that you are looking at right there. What this desired outcome is. Could be a person in a love situation, could be a desired outcome of a goal that was set that you feel like you got backstabbed on. Okay? Could play out either way in your life. What's going on in your life. You'll know how this is in your life, in your personal situation. But what you have got your eyes set on now, that she's looking at with this glow of what she really wants to bring into her life, there is mental clarity on that. There's mental clarity on it. That Ace of Swords is there because you know, you just get it, you got it, you figured it out. It's your aha moment. You figured it out. But with the Strength in reverse, it takes strength. Let's get some clarifiers on that Knight of Pentacles. I want to get a clarifier. That was fast. So this is about just honing in on your craft, perfecting it, making sure that you're good at what you do and that everything works out well. So she's a weaver or whatever you want to call it, using her spinning wheel. She's getting good. She's very attention to detail at this point. She's getting good. So this is about just the mental of what, like I said, the King of Swords is in reverse, giving attention to the details of the situation, not just acting, but once you have all the logic, all the details, you can make a more logical mental decision. So it's about perfecting that craft of using your action that you like to take, Aries, but making sure that your emotions are in balance as well when you're taking these actions, and you're not just reacting because somebody backstabbed you. That's for sure. Somebody backstabbed you. If it's not you, then you are the backstabber. But I'm feeling like somebody backstabbed you. And you're a star. You're a star. You are a person of pure heart. And that's why she has one foot in the water and one foot on the ground. And she's pouring out that spirit, that star, that spirit that she rides off of, and that light that she has inside of her. She's riding off of that. But she's still a giver. She's still a giver. She's pouring out one on the water and she's pouring out one on the earth. So it signifies a balance that's inside of her. So this is who you're supposed to be embodying, this star energy. But these type of situations throw us off of our game sometimes. These type of situations, when somebody stabs you up like this, it's easy to get thrown off your game. You don't know exactly, okay, I'm a star. I've been trying to take care of others. Like this goal right here was in reverse. I've been trying to take care of others. I've been trying to hold it down. And this person backstabbed me. And I'm just trying to be here. You have that star quality. That's why these type of situations throw us off. But it's about focusing in on how you want to use it. Focusing in and getting that mental clarity. And then reacting with strength and clear focus and clear direction. It'll turn a new goal for you. It'll create this new goal for you that you're going to plant. And then that one will have power. But right now it's in the reverse because you haven't created it as of yet. But with the star energy, I know you're a person that should be creating it because you're a good-hearted person that just wanted to be there for somebody. And you got kind of backstabbed a little bit. Stabbed you in the back. And you don't know if you even want anybody in your cup anymore. At some point, you were just like, the hell with these cups. I ain't let nobody come fill my cup. And this came out in reverse, so I'm going to leave it in reverse. But the page cards let me know you want somebody in that spot. You're just being a little bit picky now about who's in the cup. The Six of Cups is out in reverse. So let's just go with the straight meaning. This is a little girl following this enchanted lady who is putting a bright light into her cup. She is her wishes and her dreams. She is following this lady with no problem, this little girl, and she's alone. So let's go back to your childhood. Let's go back to something and how and why these things are occurring. That's why there's a little girl depicted in the picture, because quite possibly how this situation is playing now is quite possibly related to how and you were raised and how you grew up. So she is at a young age, the little girl in her is following this lady. What did you always want? You know, who are you always? Did you always desire before the world told you that you couldn't have it? When she sees this lady with this magic light, that's the lady, that's the light I want to go towards. That's the one. Follow that. Follow that. So in reverse, you haven't been following it yet. You haven't put away some old childhood pains and hurts and emotions and scars that are quite possibly playing into this situation here when I see this come out in reverse. Those are things you need to give attention to detail on. Those are the craftings that you want to perfect. This is perfecting that. type of thing in your life. How do we deal with problems? Well, sometimes it's going back to that inner child and dealing with why this is even an issue for me, and from the get-go, why is this reoccurring in my life? If we notice a certain pattern and it keeps coming back and it keeps coming back, why does this keep happening to me? Why do people keep stabbing me in the back after I sincerely try to help them? This is honing in on that craft of knowing when to follow your light. And right now you're not following your light because you're dealing with these type of situations. So it's about the letting that inner child and you follow the light. Know what your happiness and how your happiness, and recognizing it when it comes about, that's the path to follow. Okay, there's the light. There it is. That's the way to go. Because trying to hold on to certain situations gets you backstabbed. It's gotten you backstabbed. And that's where you need to go back to your childhood to find that answer, to find out why you have no mental clarity and no logic of this right now. It's probably because it's illogical what you're doing, but you don't see it as that. It's because it's the goal that you were just trying to accomplish, because you're a star. You have a good heart. So you feel like, I'm a star. I'm trying to do this out of pure integrity. And if I do, then it should come out successful. Not necessarily. Not if it's something that's holding you back from your light. Not if the results are looking like this. Then you know that wasn't the path. That wasn't the path. So these horses just running wild in a direction just to be doing something different because that backstabbing made you hurt, made you feel bad. Unless it's well thought out, unless you're in control of your emotions, unless you are already crafted right here, skilled, unless you are using your inner strength, which all of these were in the reverse because that means you're not doing it and you need to do it. So follow this lady, follow her. You need to follow the light, follow your own light. You need to follow that light because that is leading you to the happiness. That's leading you to this wish here that you're making, of where your desire, your true desires really are. Look how she's looking down at that glow. Like, I want that light. That's that same glow that she wished she would have followed up here as a little girl. But it's in reverse for you. You didn't follow it as a child. You didn't follow the glow. So it left you just trying to hold things together, make things work. But right now, you seeing that light sure looks good right now. Looks real good. Should have followed that light because you are a star, and that's what stars do. They follow the light. And when they don't, situations come up like these, and you feel weak and you're not strong at that point. You might stab me all up. I wouldn't feel strong either. So you're not feeling your strength right now, Aries, but you will. You will gain the mental clarity that you need now that you're seeing and gazing at what it is, that light that you want to go towards. You're gazing at it right now. Let's get one more clarifier. We're going to wrap this up. 2 came out, so you get a bonus. King of Knights, and these are both upright. Knight of Swords, is out. And King of Pentacles is out. So you are that reliable, dependable type of person, though you don't have the mental on it right now as the King of Swords. The King of Pentacles is the reliable, dependable type of guy. He doesn't have a whole lot of emotions going on, but he's going to get the job done. He's going to be reliable and dependable there. It's almost like the king of the greenery, the king of the earth right there, the king of growth. So you are dedicated to moving forward and growing. You're just trying to figure all this out right now to me. And the Knight of Swords is out. So he's a little rebellious, and he goes against the grain. So what others think, yet forget what others think. This is finding that inner strength that you were lacking down here where it's in the reverse. This is finding that as the Knight of Swords. He has some mental clarity, not as the King of Swords was in reverse, but the Knight of Swords is a little more rebellious, and he just, in the name of freedom and justice, he knows he has to take action in a certain way mentally. So he does. And he might be a little afraid, but he goes anyway. He goes anyway. He's rebellious because he's going for his freedom. He's rebelling for his freedom, and he's taken away for that reason. Riding on an enchanted horse with wings, you're going to take off that way. You're going to take off. So it might feel a little bad right now, Aries, but nobody wants to get stabbed in the back. I know, especially if you're a star and you got stabbed in the back. It just is hurtful. But we have to know where our actions are being directed in order to be successful at the transition of it. We know we want to transition. We know we don't like that bad feeling, but we want to well think out what our next course of action is, especially with our emotions, because We do rash things when somebody stabs us in the back. Obviously, it just makes us react right away. But as it plays out, you will see clearly which way to go and what to do with the Ace of Swords being out. Let's do your Black Moon Astrology card. This deck is by Susan Shepard. Very glossy, but gives me good energy and harmonizes with your readings on the energy you're going to embody planetary-wise that goes along with this situation. Let's do this for my Aries. Got the Taurus card. I have. I try to catch an angle with no gloss, but very shiny. Pictures are a little kind of mystical as well. There looks like an Aries, a Taurus bull up there. But then down there, it gives me like a spirit feel up top and an earthly feel at the bottom. But let's see, Taurus is their embodiment. I have. So you are embodying Taurus energy under I have, and every sign has a saying like that they embody. Yours as an Aries is I am. So you're the first sign of the zodiac. Lost my page. Hold on. 14. I have. Okay. And these are long, so I'm just going to give you the card in brief paragraph because it has a 2-page on it. It also starts with a quote, so I'll read the quote. I guess I'm just a natural warrior by Camilla Paglia. If I'm saying that right. This is the quote for this card. The Aries card, sorry, it's supposed to be the Taurus card. Make sure I got the right page. Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry, I read the wrong quote. Then let me go back. Taurus, I have. The quote for you is by Leonardo da Vinci. There are 3 classes of people: those who see when they are shown, and those who do not see. Oh, I'm liking that quote going on with your reading. So that's much more appropriate. I read the Aries quote, but this is the Taurus card that you got. So this is the energy that you need to embody of what you're feeling. I'm going to read it again. Leonardo da Vinci. There are 3 classes of people: those who see when they are shown, and those who do not see. So this is that feel to your reading where like you thought something was some way, probably quite possibly since your childhood. You thought it was supposed to go this way. You thought it was supposed to be like that. And you put your effort into this way. This is what you put it, but it's in reverse because it didn't work out the way you thought it was. So you put your effort into that situation and you thought you were doing it, out of integrity, but you needed to be shown. It said those who see when they are shown. So quite possibly somebody showed you something by stabbing you in the back. Now you're going to see after this. You're going to see which way to go. And I think that's a lesson that you learned over this situation. You learn to see through this. And then there's those who do not see, which I feel like through this, you weren't seeing at first, but now you see because you were shown. You were shown. And so now you see. Let's get the card in brief. What you own and what you are working to own: banks and bank accounts, investments, money in hand and cash flow, credit, loans, accounting, stocks, real estate, sentimentality, elegance, ballet, singers and singing, painting and art galleries, being stubborn, sticking with things, never backing down, appreciating what is material or practical, love of possessions, being skeptical, bullishness, sarcasm, not seeing the value of the non-material. Let's see. Wanting to parent others, having to wait and be patient, procrastination, independence, doing things on your own, being honorable and responsible, being reliable, being tough-minded yet compassionate, being placid. The colors brown, green, and orange. Fairies, elemental spirits, farms and farmers, being greedy, luxuries, comfort foods, and seeking pleasure. Corresponds to the Hierophant card, which is about our our traditions, our religious beliefs, our systems that we were raised on, the way we were educated and brought up. So like I said, that's why that card is out. Following the light of your childhood was in reverse. So it's some way of thinking that needs to be changed. The perception needs to be changed on something that you've grown to believe as a child, as you were growing up. But now there's a need to change that perception and go after your own inner light, because maybe you were taught not to go after your goals and dreams, and just to do things a certain way out of tradition. But this is a money situation, quite possibly, to me, as I read this type of energy, if it's going along with your spread of what somebody stabbed you in the back for. There was a lot of reference to possessions, material things, value, and what you value, the things that are important to you. So quite possibly you learned that lesson through this situation of getting stabbed in the back by somebody, and now you are focused on what's important to you. So that's what I see. That quote is spot on. Those who see, those who need to be shown so they can see, and those that just refuse to see it. I'm feeling like you got stabbed in the back and your eyes opened up really quickly to what the situation was, which is why you're on your horse, which is why you're just ready to go. You're trying to make mental logic of it all. And this is where you're at right now, just focusing on gazing on what it is you truly want to bring in. Because I really do feel like now this was a money situation between you and somebody you love that hurt you really deeply. They stabbed you in the back on this situation, and you just thought you were trying to be there for somebody, be there for a family, be there for a friend, be there for a lover. And they just stabbed you in the back monetary wise on this situation. And it made you question, your integrity. What am I doing wrong? Well, the only thing you're doing wrong, because I see you are a star, the only thing you're doing wrong is not following your light. Not following your light. So that's what you need to do. You see that lady show up with a bright light that needs to be in your cup, that's the way you need to go. And you're figuring it out because you are staring at the light, looking at the light. And so when it comes along the next time, you will recognize that light. You will recognize it and you will go towards it. I think that is your reading, Aries. Pretty clear to me. If you need to book a personal reading, I'm always available. www.divinitygems33.com. Check my webpage out as well, and then do your astrology research. Look up these energies about this blood moon that is coming towards the end of the week. See what house that's in. See how that's going to affect you energetically wise, so that you can know how to proceed. All right. Till next time, I am Divinity Gems.